Hello, I finally decided to do a sketchbook tour. I've been wanting to do it for a while. I should have done it way long ago. But anyway, here we go. I just really like to practice my lettering a lot. It's from a song. I drew a lot of dream catchers because I was designing some for my boyfriend for a tattoo. This is one of the first designs. I had this one too, but I didn't like it near as much. The paw looks kind of out of place. And I ended up having this design. He actually liked this one better, so I did another one. I'm not finished coloring it yet, but this is the final design. I also did these for a tattoo for somebody. This is a boat. I did this in class. I draw a lot in class. Well, I don't have classes anymore. I graduated this year, but anyway. And I didn't use a reference or anything, so it's a little anatomically incorrect. This isn't anything special. I was just practicing my hands. And it's really light. And I didn't draw this. My friend drew this. He told me he was going to be drawing me as a robot, so apparently that's me. I don't see it. This is from art class. We were practicing doing like optical illusions. Very colorful. Alright. This is a Snapdragon from Fantasy Life, which is an amazing game if you haven't played it. It's for the 3DS. But, this is Prismacolors. I drew this merman, also again in class. It was inspired from Bailey J's Cheap Art Supply video because she did a mermaid in it, and I used kind of the same colors. I did this in Crayola, and I tried to redraw him whenever I got my Prismacolors, but I honestly don't think that he turned out as well, and not like he's smoother, and that's nice. But as far as like the hair goes, I don't think he looks right, and the face shape. This is pointillism, you know, with all the dots and such. Another time in art class we were doing Zentangles, and we had to incorporate an animal in it, and I have cats. There's 7 of them just here and about. This was another art project where we draw the person and then we draw something else in the glasses. Here's another Zentangle drawing. This time we were doing the Zentangle hair and then like pencil portrait. Sketchboard. This is one of my favorite art pieces. This is a pencil portrait of a friend that I had met on Instagram. I don't talk to them anymore, sadly. This is a pencil portrait of my boyfriend. This is a dragon's eye. I started redoing some of the outline so that it would be darker and more clear, but I never finished. Alright. This is actually my first classroom art piece. We were doing a face with different things like to represent us and just, you know, things we like. Just really whatever we want. Some more practicing of my lettering. This is one of my favorites. I think this might be a Final Fantasy character. I'm not really sure. It's a picture I just found on the internet and decided to draw. This is a column in watercolor. This is also watercolor. I never finished. It was gonna be like a silhouette of trees with like stars and things in the background, but this isn't that good. This is a charcoal drawing of a rose. I had never really used charcoal before. This is my first time. This is when I first started dabbling in colored pencil. It's Crayola. This is bad. And this is also bad. See, I drew this guy in class one day. He looks kind of like Pitt from Kid Icarus. This is the first thing I ever drew with my Prismacolors. It's just another eye. I love doing eyes. I like to do watercolor a lot for relaxation. I find it very calming. And my niece was here that day, and her name is Lexi, so I decided just to put it there. And here's just a cute little watercolor galaxy. This is my pre-instructional drawing for my Art 2 class. This was my attempt at drawing myself as an Adventure Time character. Never finished. This is whenever I got my art snack box in for the first time. I was just practicing with all the different mediums. Just watercolor. Let's see. Here's another watercolor picture. This isn't that good. These are supposed to be mirror images, but you know, obviously that didn't work out well. Here I was going to redo my column, but just the color I didn't choose was right. I just screwed up. Let's see. This is my attempt at drawing a snail. I had drawn another snail, but when I tried to redraw it, I kept screwing up the shell, so I just gave up. Let's see. I was gonna do a color pencil portrait of my boyfriend, but I lost like some of my skin colors, and I tried to blend some Prisma and Crayola together, and it didn't work out. Let's see. I was working on this teacup. It's not finished yet. This is actually my second attempt. Here I did this one and I smeared it, I screwed it up. Here's just me playing with not color pencils, watercolor again. Trying to see if I could do people with it. Alright, this, I had got some art markers. And it was my first time ever using them. I couldn't really get the skin smooth. And here's my second attempt. I did Bulbasaur. He's a little bit better. And then I did Cyndaquil. And I tried to do Blathers from Animal Crossing, but he doesn't look that good. He looks a little derpy. I messed up some of the line work. I took a logo design class one time and we had to design a logo for ourselves, and this is what I came up with. And then I redid it later with colors and such. I used my markers with this too. Another screwed up attempt at a teacup, which, I mean, that could be fixed, but you know. This is a whale shark. I'm not finished with it. I plan on redrawing it again on watercolor paper and making a watercolor drawing. It says dolphins are overrated. Whale sharks are my favorite animals. And this is the last thing, but this is another picture I was drawing of my boyfriend. I was drawing him as a sea captain, and he was going to be looking out on the water on a boat, you know, hat and such. And that is all I have.